Okay, guys, now we're going to do part 2 of our reading phonics practice. So again, we've been practicing with IGH, and now we're going to practice writing and spelling some words with IGH. So you're going to want to make sure that you have this document that I created for you guys. It looks like this. Okay, make sure that you have this printed. You're going to need a copy of it. If you don't have a printer at home, you can just make some boxes on a piece of paper and your kiddo can write on that. And you just would have to recreate it daily. So that way you have these boxes for this practice. So you're going to want sets of 3 boxes, and then we're also going to want some with 4 boxes. So these are called Elkonin boxes, guys, and that means we're going to be putting, every time we hear a letter sound, we're going to be putting it inside that box. So since IGH says I, it makes one sound, all 3 letters, IGH, are going to go inside one box. So I'm going to give you an example. So you're going to use this. Misty is going to use this because it's a little bit bigger. Okay, so I'm going to say the word fight. Okay, fight. Fight. Now we know that we heard that first sound, so what letter says we're going to write our F. I. Okay, now we have to decide what are we going to use to spell that, because we know so many ways now to make the long I sound. So we have to decide, is this a magic E word? Is this just the I by itself? Is this going to be IGH, or is this going to be the Y using that sound? But we know we're practicing IGH today. So this sound I is made by IGH. And since they are all making the same sound together, that GH is silent, we're only hearing that I, we are only going to put it in one box. But I'm not done with that word. What does that say right now? It says fi. You need to make it say fight. What would I add to the end? T. That's right. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. Now, if we had a blend here in the beginning, okay, then we would need to move it down into these 4-letter boxes. Now, remember, we practiced blends doing it both ways. You can put your blend in here with the F, but since we do hear 2 sounds, right, like in a blend like burr, burr, okay, we can put that separately into 2 separate boxes, or we can include the blend in the one box. And you know I'm not picky about that. It's how you hear that word. I just want to make sure you hear both of those sounds. Okay, so we're going to do some blends today as well, but we're going to start with just some simple spellings with IGH. So go ahead and get your paper ready. If you don't have it ready, you're going to want to print it now. So pause the video and get all ready. Okay, so our next word that we're going to write is sight. So let's hear those sounds. S, I, t, sight. Now, when we learned about the IGH sound, we know that most words that end with the t sound are going to have IGH in them. Most of them are. So since we heard that t, we know it's going to be an IGH. So let's go ahead and spell that. S. What letter? I. What 3 letters are making that sound? Do we say the GH? No, we don't. They're silent. T. Sight. Okay, so now you're going to do some practice, and I'm going to give you some words. All right. Your next word is might. Go ahead and thumbs up, sound it out. Okay, go ahead and take a second to write it. Okay, your word should look like this. Okay, let's do another one. If you got it right, great job. If not, that's okay. That's why we're practicing. Okay, let's write the word night. It is dark at night. Okay, go ahead and sound it out. Okay, go ahead and write it. Make sure your letters aren't tricking you. We don't want any backwards letters. Okay, you're going to show me what it looks like now. Night. Okay, good job if you got that one right. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do the word light. Sound it out. Okay, Go ahead and write it. What sound do we hear on the end of that word? The last sound is t, so we know it's most likely going to be an IGH in the middle there. Okay, you should look like mine. Okay, great job if you got that right. All right, let's do one more with these 3 boxes. Let's do the word sight. Okay, go ahead and sound that one out. You got it sounded out. You're writing it now. I can't remember if I already did that one. If I did, I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead and put it in. Put it up for your mom or your dad. Show your mom or your dad. It should look like this. Good job. Okay, can you put sight in a sentence? This is the kind of sight like how we see. So I use my sight to see. Okay, sight has another kind of spelling as well, and it means something different. It's a different long I that we use. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and practice some more words, and we're going to do it with our blends. So when you hear these words, remember you can use your Elkonin boxes. You can decide, do you want to put the blend together in that first box, which you know I'm fine with. You can do that, or you can break the blend up. If you're hearing that blend together, that's fine. That's awesome. That's what I want you to do. I want you to hear those sounds together. If you're not hearing that blend together, you're hearing them as 2 separate sounds, that's okay still. It just means you're working towards getting there. So you can break them up and put them in those 2 boxes in the 4s, okay? The 4-box Elkonins, or the 4 Elkonin boxes. So now we're going to write the word, how about bright? Bright. So let's sound that out. Bur-I-T. Bright. Okay, bur-I-t. What's that blend we hear? B-er, burr. Okay, so you can write it like this. Make sure your B goes the right way. B has a belly. Okay, you can write it one of 2 ways. I'm going to write it both ways for you. Okay, so we have bur-I-t, bright. And again, if you were hearing that blend like this, b-er-I-t, bright, that's okay. Okay, I want you to work towards getting towards this one, but if you're still hearing it like this, that's okay. All right, let's do another one. How about the word flight? Flight. Go ahead and sound it out. Okay, now we're going to write it. You pick which way you want to do it, which boxes you want to do it based off of how you heard it. Okay, I hear my blend together. I hear full, full. So I know how I'm going to write that. Again, your word is flight. Okay, let's go ahead and check to see how you did. Okay, so if you heard the blend together, full, I-t, flight. If you had to break that blend up, I-t, flight. Both are fine. Okay, great job. Let's do one more. Okay, your last word is going to be, how about fright? Fright. Okay, what do you hear? Okay, I'm not going to help you with this one. You guys go ahead and take a second to do it. Mom and Dad, you check that word for the kids. They're trying to spell the word fright. Awesome job, you guys. We'll do more practice tomorrow.